2008, I got my first swastika on me. They were like trophies to me. Back then, I cherished each one of them because I wanted to be on top. Now, there's always that fear that somebody will take my life just because I want out of the game.
When I started helping people leave extremist environments, I just realized that a lot of those people had tattoos. Tattoos like I had myself. Since we started the Erasing the Hate campaign, I think we covered up between 100 and 150 tattoos.
Seeing all the hate tattoos I have on me, it's embarrassing. I don't like to be seen out in public with my shirt off. Back then, I thought it was great.
It's crazy because I know like the basic, like, I guess the one he just mentioned, I know that one has like a lot of hate behind it, but honestly, like, I don't know too many details about racism symbols. I just don't, because I don't look into it. I don't care about it. I want that topic and thing in life to die. So I do try to educate myself on current events and things that are kind of happening, like even just briefly, just so I can have an idea of, how to maneuver in the world. But honestly, if somebody was covered with a bunch of various racist symbols in my face, I wouldn't really know unless it was like a commercial one, and then even then it's like interesting.
Now it's embarrassing. I wanted to prove myself. It didn't matter what it was. If there was something that needed to be done, I would volunteer for it, just to try to make a name for myself. I wanted everyone.
Also, it's interesting to me how, if you open up your mind to why people could be racist or something, or like prejudice or sexist or blah blah blah, the list can go on, or why they're addicted to this, or why they don't do that, or why they say this or think this of themselves, or blah, why they anything. So it's like, if somebody's like racist, the first initial response for most people would be like, for example, if a white person is racist, it would be like, a lot of people that aren't white would assume this person needs to die and they're horrible and blah 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 blah. And depending on how they really view or think of the world and the people in it that aren't their race, I feel like everybody deserves a place in the world, and then they should have the freedom to feel how they feel, and everybody should have their own safety and, like, feel like they're allowed to be. But then, like, I don't know, there's another response I would rather pick. Like, it would just be like, why are you racist? Like, who taught you this, and what is it really? And or sometimes it's not even that they're racist, it's just they're troubled or traumatized, or like it's like deeper than the racism subject. It's like they have problems. Like, clearly this kid, I think he said he was in foster care or something, I don't know. So it's like, sometimes they grow up just thinking away and doing things just for the of it, like, and then they don't, like he said, he didn't realize, like, a lot of these labels and things, they don't really matter. Because
I was trying to show, any of the Jews, any of the blacks, that war is going to take over. We're gonna end up running this world. We're gonna make it a white world again. Prisons made me hate a lot, and it turned me into a different person.
You see the teachings they teach people, like, the world was never just one race at all. It was never just black people. It was never just white. Things were just discovered. Okay, and that's like real. And like, things are there even if you can't see it. So like, when people like to say, no, Africans were the first people, no, white people need to be the only people on the planet, no, blank, 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 blank. Like, Why can't we just look around and see that we're all here? And what are we gonna do about that now? But if we're gonna go back through history so we could like understand what's going on right now, it would be simple. It would just be, can we get along? But you know, it can't be that simple, like, for some reason. And I think the issue really is not getting along, because regardless of your race, there's people in this world that you're gonna get along with or not get along with. Which is why I feel like a lot of racist people tend to struggle with. They just feel like if they don't like something about someone or a group of individuals, they're just allowed to just hate everything about them or that group or whatever. And then it's like, that's not really fair, because you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you. And it doesn't matter who. I'm not talking about any side in particular, but on top of that, it shouldn't have to do with your race. Getting along with people shouldn't have to be like the point of judgment. Like, I don't know what I was gonna say, because I'm getting a call and it's like,
This is the change that I've wanted. You know, I'm working on getting all of my tattoos covered up and living life for my family this time, and not, you know, for what I called my bros at the time that were never really been there for me. You know, I see that now. All they wanted to do was use me to do their dirty work, to push drugs. And
Ray was one of the first people who actually got a cover up at Six Side Tattoos when we founded the campaign.
that's awesome.
And he was a member of a black gang,
Right.
like years and years ago. And now he's a pastor. He's got his own church. And we met through the campaign.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Doing
Awesome.
awesome.
Hey,
I'm Roman.
Roman. Good to meet you, Roman.
Nice to meet you, man.
Good. So TM was telling me, man, that you changed your mind and your heart on some things.
Yeah, just when I went to prison, it seemed like, you know, I was looking for that family, that, you know, that group of guys to be accepted at, you know, and
it's not so much about getting along with people, because you could not get along with people just based on not race. But I think what people really be needing more than anything is acceptance, like just accepting differences, and then like similarities equally, and then being genuinely curious and not holding differences against one another, like to feel superior, because there's no such thing. I feel like just with the way reality's set up, it's like everything is kind of like an equation, if you want to be simplistic about it. So there would be one and another, like the mirror, but basically it's all one. So it's like a coin, and then it's all a spectrum anyway, because what would you call like a mixed person, or like really anyone that's just not like black or white? Like, what is their race for real? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just everything's all mixed up. And anyway, so hating people because of a race or just differences is just weird, because it would be like hating a part of you, like literally. I don't know how else to make that make sense. I try to say it slowly,
everyday experience, you know, and it becomes normal.
so it would make
You know,
sense.
So
Oh my God.
on the cross here, you see a bandana hanging on it?
Yeah.
That's where I hung, where the lifestyle that I live. Yeah, right there. So, but it was my name with a bunch of 5-point stars and all of that. So, so I just kind of wanted to blend it all in. He added that, but I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna fill all this up. Yeah, to that right there. But one question I gotta ask you though: what was the turning point? Why you say this is?
I
it?
lost everything. I felt, you know, when I knew I wasn't gonna see my kids no more, when I knew that all I had left was nothing but hate. I never put my family first. And I always remember my wife arguing, and I tell her, but it's a damn shame, you know, my bros respect me more than my family does. And this last time when she told me, you know, she said, well, go where you deserve and get the respect you deserve then. And then she filed for divorce, and I started thinking, I'm like, you know, these guys really are my family. That was my family.